That traumatic time of the year has arrived for Delhiites after days of breathing very poor quality air, despite it evidently being clear that AQI was much more than what was being shown to us. Delhi has now officially entered quote-unquote severe category, which essentially means national capital's air quality index has breached the 400 mark, which means that the air we are breathing is of severe quality. According to the Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi's AQI remains in the severe category, with 25 monitoring stations across the city reporting an AQI that exceeded 400. Interestingly, there's a stark difference between the AQI data on the CPCB's official website and the independent AQI.in. While CPCB reported central Delhi's air quality as very poor till earlier this afternoon, AQI.in categorized it as hazardous, which is one step above the severe category.
With a dip in temperature in Delhi NCR, a thick layer of smog has engulfed Delhi, and you can see behind me how a thick layer of smog is seen over the central Delhi area. Now, from this particular point on a normal day, India Gate is easily visible, but you can see that how the pollution and the thick smog has engulfed the whole area, and India Gate, Rashtrapati Bhavan are barely visible. Now, these are the measures that the NDMC over here is taking. The water sprinklers are being used on the road to ensure that the dust settles down. But in fact, it seems that this is very little, very late. But yes, the agencies are doing their job. This is the water sprinkler that is being used near Kartavya Path to ensure that the dirt, the smog, it comes down, because as we speak, there's a thick layer of smog over here, and the pollution level has gone down to 400, which is in very severe category.
Right, Ashish. In fact, on your screens right now, I'm just requesting our camera person to pan towards the visuals of the traffic as well. Now, on the roads, you'll again be able to see that there is still a layer of haze that has surrounded. Remember, this is at 3 in the afternoon. The sun is also out, but we see a very slow dissipation of pollutants. This is something that was expected, that as soon as we start having dense fog, like we reported in the morning, even later during the day, these haze-like situation, the smog situation, is likely to continue. Currently, in fact, the AQI is again towards the worst of the season. It has peaked to 387, and about 18 stations are already in the severe level of pollution. The Delhi BJP chief, Virendra Sachdeva, had also said how this is high time that GRAP 3 also be invoked, considering that nearly half of the national capital, in fact, way more than half of the national capital, is breathing in severe air. From where we are standing, ITO station is the closest, and even at ITO, the reading currently is over 400, at 403 to be exact. We're reporting from the India Gate, where, as you know, in the mornings and in the evenings, a lot of people like to come on their evening walks. But before I take you around the atmosphere that we're seeing right now, which in fact remains to be covered in smog. I'm also joined by a guest who is not a Delhi NCR resident, but in fact, as you can see, she's also masked up. Ma'am, where are you from? And I see that you have masked up. Did you already know about the poor condition in the national capital?
Yes, I did know about the poor condition, but I was not hoping it would be this bad. I'm from Pune actually, and honestly speaking, not used to such a lot of pollution. In the national capital, yes, and post Diwali, it has taken a steep slope on the south.
Right. Is your family over here? Are they taking any precautions? Have you seen them make any adjustments because of the air quality?
I have not come with my family, but in and around everywhere, I think everyone is making adjustments to, just save themselves from this drastic pollution drop.
Schools shut down करने की बात करी जा रही है, जैसे AQI has completely shot up today in the very severe category. Do you think that will benefit?
From education perspective, I don't think that is a problem for kids, but sometimes it is very severe, so from a parent's perspective, we feel comfortable that kids are at home and they are safe.
Yes, lungs problem, breath problem, बहुत सारी problems है जो हमें daily use में आती हैं.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is story on repeat mode year after year, and that's really the irony of the places where we are forced to live in. And this is the national capital. As the records go, as of now, you could be smoking anywhere between 9 to 11 cigarettes a day. And if you say you are a non-smoker, well, you are not left with any option, because the toxicity that's going inside you, the toxic air that you're breathing, is equivalent to smoking anywhere 8 to 11 cigarettes a day. And remember, this is coming just one day before Children's Day, when children are celebrated. And as we celebrate children, as they're supposed to enjoy their time in schools, where there's special programs for them, that's the childhood we all have been used to. But we are forced to demand one thing, that schools need to shut with immediate emergency. They need to shut immediately in the National Capital Region, because our children should not be forced to go outdoors in this toxic air. While we are at this, let's just take a step forward. While people immediately experience breathing issues, coughing, sneezing, and watery eyes, in fact, children very clearly have a direct impact on their behaviors, with extreme behaviors being manifested as well. Here's a very important study that's come up. High air quality index can have detrimental long-term health effects. According to a study, exposure to air pollution during periods critical for brain development, that's latter trimester of pregnancy or early childhood, could significantly heighten autism risk. Researchers reviewed previously published studies and found that common air pollutants, including fine particulate matter and nitrogen oxides, can trigger complex biological processes that could affect brain development. That's just one part of really what we are looking at, the worst possibly unfolding in days to come. This is nothing short of emergency, and that's why we are saying the national capital and parts of North India are reeling under an apocalypse. Over the next few days, Mirror Now will continue our focus and demand action from authorities who are meant to have taken action and failed to do so.